Everybody has a turn back moment. Everybody has a crossroad.
At some point, if you live in this life, you're gonna face disappointment. You're gonna face defeat. You're gonna face devastation.
Some bad things gonna happen to you.
You're in this storm and you're down on your knees and you're cold and you're weak and you feel like this is the end. You have a choice to either give up or keep going.
And if you feel like your life is in a place where you can't get any lower and you don't think you can find any way out, good. Because that means the ultimate challenge is ahead of you. It means you can only go up. And it also means that things are going to be tough. Things are going to be tougher than anything you can imagine. But that storm that you're in, from your perspective, it seems like that storm is enveloping the whole world. But I'm telling you, it is not. The storm that you're in, it is hard to see out of that storm. It's hard to see past it. It seems like the storm is everything. But the storm is not everything. You've got to be relentless.
You keep standing. No matter how rough the sea, you keep standing. No matter what, you don't give up.
Embrace whatever comes to you. Don't run from it. Step toward it. But how do you hang in there during the hard, difficult times? You must have faith. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your abilities, your ideas, unquestionably. You've got to have faith, and that faith drives you into action. You've got to keep moving and keep plugging away. You've got to love it. It's got to be what you are supposed to do. And say, I've got to do this. This is my stuff. This is why I showed up.
Take the shot, swing the bat, throw the stick. I mean, just go for it over and over and over again until you're so emotionless on failure or rejection.
Take action. Follow through. Take the steps that are necessary to take an idea and translate it into reality. By one decision, you can start using your power. You can start following through. You can take this idea in your head and turn it into physical reality.
You can't keep quitting your whole life. You can't keep backing up, and you can't keep fading, taking 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. After a while, there ought to be something in our lives that we stand through. Sicknesses that you stood through, struggles that you stood through, weaknesses that you stood through, crises that you stood through, pressures that you stood through. That is where character is developed. That's what defines our destiny when you are in the middle of transition.
At the end of your feelings is possibly nothing. But at the end of your principle is a promise. And some of you are where you are. If you could be real with yourself, you have gotten yourself in some mess because of your feelings. We are losing control. And it's time for those of you in this room to take control. You've held up your someday. Either you didn't get the right information or you got it, you didn't use it, you're not getting up early enough. I don't know what you're doing. But when you leave, all I want for you is to live your someday. No more playing after today.
To want and to be ambitious and to want to be successful is not enough. That's just desire. To know what you want, to understand why you're doing it, to dedicate every breath in your body to achieve. If you feel you have something to give, if you feel that your particular talent is worth developing, is worth caring for, then there's nothing you can't achieve.
It doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter what your background is. It doesn't matter what race you are, what gender you are. It doesn't matter who your fucking parents are. Dude, we can make every excuse excuse in the book. But I promise you, for every excuse you can make, there are literally thousands of people who had it harder than you that have done what the you want to do. There is nothing that can stop you when you become so skilled that every single person around you sees that and it recognizes that. And that is a habit. That is not a gift. That is something that you can create. It's a skill you can learn. So develop the skill of becoming undeniable if you really want to guarantee your success. Be f***ing great. Put the time in to learn the skills. Put the skills into practice and make a commitment to becoming so good that all your peers say, that's the motherfucker that's the best. And if you can do that, you cannot be stopped.
Most people have to say no. Why? They're not learning anything new. And they're praying every day that they don't lose a job that they hate. People who are hungry are willing to discipline themselves, to learn something different.
Reshape, rethink, reposition ourselves. Where do you want your life to go from here? Now, in most cases, what it takes for us to shift and make that move is a crisis. And something inside us comes alive that was often dormant. When called to something, we can do great things.
Now, if you're in trouble today, the crisis is in your head. Now, that's the bad news. The good news, you can change the crisis by changing what's inside your head.
We've all got to have a philosophy about activity, because your philosophy of activity will affect the rest of your life. Not to think so is naive. I've got a good clue on rest. Make rest a necessity, not an objective. The reason for life is enterprise. The reason for life is productivity. The reason for life is to see what we can do with the seasons and the chances and our mind, our spirit, ourselves, to see what we can do. That's what life is all about, to see what you can do.
The mind is a powerful weapon. It belongs to you. And everything that you think, therefore you shall be. Be greater than your fears. Be stronger than your doubts. Because your mind is very powerful. Absorb the right energy. Moving with a purpose is what this is about.
I don't care about the fact I'm in a hole now. Doesn't matter about where I am. The last chapter to my life has not been written yet. If you judge me now, you'll judge me prematurely. I haven't exposed all my stuff yet. I'm still in the process of transforming my life. I'm still in the process of becoming.
Responsibility, the key of it is that it wakes you up. It wakes you up to stop being so wasteful with your time and with your resources, with your energy, with your talent. And so I think that that's really the key. And so, you know, you can either waste your time, which makes your future self less successful. And every time you do that, every time you invest a little bit in your future, you've made yourself more free in the future.